All right, team, we have exactly 19 days left in the challenge, and that's a long time when you think about it, because there's a lot of time to keep pushing for our goals and doing what we want to do. We are team hot to trot, and I think all of us can concur that it's hot no matter where we live right now. So, a few reminders this week, the move of the week is jumping jacks. If you want to stand, you can put one leg out to the side and then put the other leg out to the side. Um, and instead of jumping, if you want to do that. Hi, Tanya. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
And so the move of the week is jumping jacks. Last week, that move was amazing. I couldn't do it leaning forward because my knees are so bad. But I was going to suggest that if you lay on your back or even sit and put your leg in like a four position and kind of stretch it, that's a really good hip flexor stretch. So you might want to keep repeating doing that because that was a great stretch. Another announcement that I had is that on the JuvaFit Challenge page, Megan and Travis did another workout. If you go under guides, I think is like section 3 or 4 down in guides for workout. And the last workout that Megan did on Monday night, this in that Facebook group was a stretching exercise, and it is an amazing exercise. So all of the workouts are anywhere between 20 and 25 minutes. So if you're hot and don't want to go outside, make sure that you look in the JuvaFit Facebook group because it's all free to us and we all have access to that. So you don't have to do the stretching exercise. You can do whatever you want. And they started labeling, upper body, legs, arms, whole body. So if you're focusing on a certain aspect of a workout, those are really good things to do. And I will say that I usually feel them the next day, although the stretching ones are nice. So there's a couple of stretching ones back there, but the most recent one is a stretch one, and that was a nice one. If you haven't done all of your check-ins, I think you guys have, but I have to do this for the whole team. Um, go in and catch up on your check-ins, even if you're late, because you still get some credit, even if you're late on your check-ins. Last night, the guest speaker was me,
Yay.
and I
Hmm.
I talked about inflammation in the body, and I also talked about our high impact ginger and turmeric, which I will take a couple minutes and discuss as well on this call because I think it is just super, super important to understand inflammation in the body. And a lot of inflammation can be caused by stress. It can be caused by lack of sleep. It can be caused by all sorts of things. And I also wanted to give you a nugget that might help as well. On the call last night, they talked about BLTs, bites, licks, and taste. If you're doing that, you're not documenting and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, that might have something to do with it, Melissa. So, anyways, and especially approaching this holiday weekend, we all want to be kind of cognizant. Unfortunately, Michelle is coming to visit me, and we already have sins that we are planning on doing, but we're not going to go whole hog. We're just going to do little bits and pieces of things. So be cognizant of that because a lot of you have had some progress, even if you've only lost inches off your waist and you don't see that boogered scale moving. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I talked about that on the JuvaFit commit call last night, that sometimes the transformation comes from the inside out. So if your clothes are fitting looser and you're feeling better and you're feeling like you're getting healthier, you probably are. And if you're like any other woman like myself, all of a sudden the scale will go boom. And it'll be like, oh, you little booger, you couldn't have just given me that little nugget every now and then. So I know I'm always frustrated by that. And I know several other people are as well. So anyways, stress, there's lots of things on the internet. There's breathing exercises. You can actually Google meditation for stress, 5-minute meditation for stress. And sometimes if you're feeling yourself really not being able to come out of some sort of negative mindset, listen to that for 5 minutes and you'll feel yourself really calming down. After I had my traumatic brain injury, I was working with a functional doctor and she taught me the tapping exercise. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. Does anybody know what that is?
Yes.
So the tapping exercise is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And what it does is it shifts the mindset when you're stressed or pissed or frustrated or whatever. But I will demonstrate that. And if you Google it, you will see what it is. But when you're stressed, you're going to make a fist and you're going to tap on the side of your fist. So let's say your boss yells at you. And so you're going to say, I am a good person. I know I'm a good person. So you want to take your mind off the anger and focus it on something else. And then you're going to say, I love and I honor myself. Now you're going to go to your eyebrows. I'm a great person. I do a great job for my boss. Now you're going to go to the side. You're going to say, I love, honor, and respect myself. You're going to go underneath your orbital area of your eye. You're going to do the same thing. Your upper lip, your chin. You're going to tap here, and then you're going to cross your arms and tap the sides of you. What that does is that really the tapping kind of calms down the central nervous system. And so it's head, eyebrows, sides, and orbit, mouth and chin, shoulders, and then the sides. It's just really a wonderful way. I know I had a lot of anger associated with the woman that caused my traumatic brain injury. And so I needed some tools to really kind of calm down. So, anyway, just wanted to go with that. So we started our challenge out with our word that we picked so that when we get really frustrated or when we think we might want to teeter off the wagon, we're going to remind ourselves of that one word to help ourselves with our focus and honor ourselves and respect ourselves because this is a challenge and we're not challenging against each other or the JuvaFit community or anything like that. We're challenging ourselves. So you want to try to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday, right? So Michelle, we will start with you. What was your word? And this week, tell me what your focus will be.
My word has been resiliency, to be resilient, even if it's a bad moment or I don't get enough sleep, et cetera, et cetera. Like give myself grace, but be resilient and get back at it. Not use it as an excuse to linger for a whole day of bad choices or a whole week of bad choices. So that's been working for me to be resilient and bounce back. And this week, I would like to work on tracking and I will be with you so you can remind me. Did you put that in your app?
We have to hold each other accountable.
We'll do
So,
lots of swimming to counterbalance the.
well,
It should
again,
be good.
right. I mean,
You
you
always
can,
cook very healthy, Melissa. So I usually do very well when I'm with you, actually.
so yeah, we're gonna fall a little bit off the cart, but we'll be able to be active and do some things to kind of offset it. So
The last time I saw you, I lost 7 pounds
there you go.
because I gave you the norovirus and I had to do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, Lori, what is your word and what are you focusing on this week?
My word was intentional, and I'm focusing on everything because this last week was horrible. So I'm gonna get past the fourth and move forward with a better mindset, better tracking, better eating, better movement, just better everything.
Perfect. Okay, Tanya, I saw your message that your mic is messing with you. So how about if you type your word in the chat for us and I can read it out loud, and then tell us what you would like to focus on in the next week. Do you have her number, Michelle?
I don't have my phone in front of me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Okay. For me, my word is hot. And I am reminding myself that I only have a few more weeks to look like hot stuff at our niece's wedding. So, my focus this week, I'm really trying to hone in on tracking and starting to rebuild some strength up again. The fall kind of set me back with that. And so, just trying to rebuild my strength and my arms and my legs. And that is my commitment to myself. Okay, she's apologized. Uh, but focus is on about everything. She's trying to track even more, especially those little bites. I know those little bites just will get you every time. But you know what I tell people is when I started working with a functional doctor, I hand wrote every single thing I ate. And I kept it in a journal. And the reason that I did that was because when I would have an upset stomach or maybe a bowel movement that wasn't kind of my norm, I started to see patterns with different foods that I thought were healthy, and they weren't healthy for me because everybody is different. So, but yes, tracking those little bites will help. And cooperative. So she's focusing on everything. Did I understand that right, Tanya? Yes. So her word is cooperative. So I think it's wonderful. I think the word kind of helps us reshift. Um, one of the things I talked about on the call last night, if you haven't watched it yet, you probably will get a charge out of it when you watch it. It's in the Facebook group and it's recorded in there for you to watch at your leisure. But one of the things that I had said was that one of my enemies is stress eating. Stress? I go to the refrigerator and I'm going to start putting a note there saying, really? Really? Like, are you really hungry or are you just stress eating? So, anyways, does anybody have any questions or anything that they wanted to ask or share? All right, I'm going to read you guys what I posted the other day. Are you ready? It's called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learn, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a fair and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit, is when things seem worse that you mustn't quit. Ladies, have a fantastic week. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm around. And if you need anything, you can always text me or message me. And stay safe and stay well. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Happy 4th.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Bye.